Hey everybody. I started a small rabbitry about 3 years ago, and I currently have about 17 cages, um, breeding 6 does. I got 2 bucks, and then a large grow out pen area. I want to talk today about the water system that I've got set up that has worked really well for me. It's an all season system. I live in central Illinois, have had no trouble with it freezing, and just wanted to kind of share with you what I've learned on how to get water to these rabbits in a super effective way. I started with a cooler and just a regular cooler. I think it's about a 15-gallon cooler. I hooked up a drain system on the bottom of it so I can get the water out of it when I wanted to and clean the water. Up top, I have 2 half-inch PEX pipes going into the cooler, and inside the cooler is a fountain pump along with a heater, which I keep in there during the winter time, keep the water warm, and I circulate the water through the system, pushing the water through 1/2 inch piece of pipe around the entire cage system and back to the cooler. I have the pipe located inside the cages. The rabbits do not chew on the plastic, haven't had any trouble with that. And I use chicken water nipples because of their design, because of their frost-free design, and that's why I use them. So I have like continuous loop around all the cages. Here's how I installed the chicken water nipples in the PEX pipe. Started with a pilot hole, then drilled to a larger hole that would accept the tap. I cut threads into the pipe in order to accept the chicken water nipple. Pretty easy process. I tried PVC pipe, but for some reason it leaked, and the PEX pipe does not. So it's important, to have that for me to use the PEX pipe. After the threads, are cut in, here is the chicken water nipple. The important part is the rubber grommet on the back of the nipple. It's the rubber grommet that releases the water ends up being located inside the pipe where the water is released. And why that's important is because the water is being pushed through the pipe, and in the wintertime, warm water, and enough pressure is created that when the rabbits bump the needle on the outside, the grommet allows water through, and water streams through the pin on the outside of the chicken water nipple. And here you can see, it's a small pressure system, and the water comes out freely. Rabbits don't have any trouble with it. Again, you see the pipe inside the cages. I haven't had any trouble with it. Here's a morning where it came out where it was below freezing. I keep the lid down on the cooler, and as you can see, water is freely flowing, have no problems. So far this winter, we've been down to 0 and had no problems. Water flows as you see it, and water dispenses from the nipples. There's our little rabbit dog biscuit. So I just opened the cooler, and I was going to go show that the water nipples work fine in sub-freezing temperatures. This is one of our grow out pens, and you depress the little needle and water flows freely at 16 degrees, not a problem. And it hasn't been at 0. I have 150 feet of pipe going in and around and back to the cooler. I put some insulation on some of the pipe just to help. The pipe's very flexible. It's easy to run. You just run it wherever you need it, down through your cages, up and around. I've even, as you're going to see here in a minute, I've even looped it, and ran some down, dug a trench in the floor to run it underground so it wasn't in the way of anything. It's just been a great system and haven't had any trouble with it at all. And here you can see the rabbits are enjoying the water.